Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'll be reacting to some more Eurythmics, of course featuring Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart. Now, I'm fairly early on in my Eurythmics journey, so I don't feel like I have a proper read on them yet. I would kind of loosely define them right now as pop, and I've heard other people refer to them as synth pop, which seems to be accurate, but of course the more we listen, the better of an answer we'll be able to give. Either way, I'm just excited to hear more from them, because the last time we listened to Eurythmics on the channel, we had some banger songs. So super excited to check these out today. But before we do, a huge thanks goes to Russell for making this reaction request and for bringing some Eurythmics back to the channel. Now, let's jump into it. Right by your side. Whoa. Got some whistles. Barks. Foghorns. Dude, this reminds me of like when you have a digital keyboard and you change the setting to like all of those unique effects. I had a keyboard like this as a kid, and I would just spam all the buttons and create just absolutely chaotic sounds. Seems like a bit of what we've got going on here. Oh. The effect on these keys, I'm reminded of, I think the movie is My Little Mermaid with Ariel. It's that kind of like bubbling sound. That is the cleanest guitar tone ever. No one seems to touch me in the way you do. Nothing seems to hurt me when I'm close to you. It's such an interesting set of sounds because you have this like really bright sound from the keys, like panned left and right, so it's pretty much all encompassing. And the vocals that are clearly in the middle and also rather bright in timbre, but at the same time, they're a bit quieter than what I hear on my left and right. So I'm having trouble like focusing on the vocals here. It feels like there's like a wall of sound coming at me, and it's all composed of different discernible elements, but right now it's like going over my head, I feel like. Nothing seems to hurt me when I'm close to you. I'm so full of desire. Now we got a sing-along section. Every single one of us needs love, love, love. Yeah, that's true. Everybody needs to give and receive love, yeah. Every single day can bring us down, down, down. But there's nothing left to feel when love is in the town, yeah. The addition of the trumpet's nice. We're having a lot of fun dancing in this one. feels like it's part of like a crossover episode between like a Disney song and like something you may hear in a Peter Gabriel song. Mixed with a bit of chaos too. I don't know how to describe it better than that. Okay, hand it off to the sax. I'm actually down for that. Oh, he's gonna fade out on us now. Okay, I guess the fade out works. Yeah, that is a very interesting song. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how I feel about this one, because I like the meaning. I like love. I like, receiving love, giving love. All lyrics on those ideas just kind of work well. They're they're sourced from a very positive place. And then even the lyrics about feeling really depressed and down on your luck, and that's when you want to be right by your side. Like in the times where you are feeling the worst, that's when we rely on the support of others. I like songs that touch on those kind of topics. So from like a lyrical and meaning perspective, I'm on board. Where I kind of get lost in the sauce, because the overall vibes are nice, but it's actually in the details, because it feels almost like we've crafted in the song an arrangement that technically works because all of the pockets are filled in the right places and don't overlap with one another. But in the moments that they do, they kind of, I think, draw away from each other. Like when you hear the bubbling keys playing, you get that texture, you get that cool kind of bright Disney vibe, but then it draws my focus away from the lyrics. And maybe this is the kind of song that you have to listen to multiple times to figure out what your own brain likes to focus on. But for me, listening to this for a first time, between like the bubbling keys, the intermittent brass, the very sparse, clean guitar, all of the other like digital keys effects that we kind of heard interspersed throughout, even that kind of like blubbering of the lips effect. All of those things are individually fun and quirky and can give you that positive flair, but I think together it's a bit too much. Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's hard for me to pick out which of the elements were the main things that like drew me in. If I had to say an answer for that, I would probably give it to the vocals, because once you kind of pick up on the vocal melody, it is catchy and repeatable. I just think it gets kind of lost in some of the other things going on. Maybe it's a mixing issue, maybe it's like a focus issue. It's my preference at the end of the day, but I don't think this song in particular from Eurythmics worked as well for me, at least from a melodic and an arrangement standpoint. But let's check out the next one, see what When Tomorrow Comes is all about. Immediately like a rock vibe. Lead guitar tone is pronounced and nice. Nice melody in that.
Underneath your dreamless eyes, shades of sleep have driven you away. The moon is pale outside and you are far from here. Breathing shifts your careless head. I'm troubled by the chaos of our lives. Another day, another night has taken you again, my dear. And you know
That is nice. I like the vibe of this one a lot. Very, very pop rocky. Kind of subtle thing I'm noticing in this arrangement here, but do you hear these little like it's not as bubbly as what we heard in the first song, but there's still little bubble notes interspersed. Listen closely. Bum 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 bum. Listen for that again. And we were feeling very small underneath the universe. And you know that I'm gonna be the one who'll be there when you need someone to depend upon. When tomorrow comes, yeah, yeah. When tomorrow comes, yeah, yeah. When tomorrow comes, yeah, yeah. When tomorrow comes, yeah. Oh, sing it. I like the structure of this song too. Building the energy really nicely. The saxophone following up the vocal melody. Oh yeah. Yeah, this song does it for me. Maybe it's a structure thing, maybe it's an effects thing, maybe just the focus on electric guitar is the only factor that did it for me. No, I'm just joking. It was the confluence of all of those together, and I think it's just a more digestible song. So just in terms of the complexity of what we're listening to, there's less going on in the arrangement that makes it more palatable. The electric guitar work was real nice. That's one thing about Eurythmics that I noticed, is that there's not a big premium on the guitar riffs and melodies and lead playing, but in this song in particular, we had more of that focus towards guitar, which I think works really well. But then even in the first track, we have this shift towards the end where the saxophone fully takes over. And I actually really, really like saxophone just as an instrument. I know that's the most lukewarm take I could have ever made, but the saxophone, the quality of that instrument, the way it kind of like rips apart the air whenever the notes start to kind of buzz through. It's really just magnetic to me as a listener. And you have to use it in the correct moments. Otherwise, it feels like, okay, you just have this sledgehammer that you're using for everything instead of, using a specialized tool for the moment. I feel like the way that the saxophone is being utilized in these tracks, it's sparingly, but in the right places. Because the saxophone, it is such a large sound, it is so identifiable, and you wouldn't just want it completely overwhelming the entirety of a track, unless, of course, that was the point. But because we built the intensity, we started with a place of just this rock foundation, the vocals growing, the lead guitar getting its time to shine, and then the saxophone. I think the ordering of those three made it work really well. And this song in particular, I really liked Annie's vocals too. I think the way that she brought up the intensity from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8, all the way back up to 10 by the end, served the song extremely well. So yeah, out of the two so far, When Tomorrow Comes definitely takes the cake for me. Let's check out the last track here. This one is in particular just from Annie, which I called Shining Light.
Roman candles that burn in the night. Yeah, you are a shining light.
Okay, this is taking a different
You lit a torch
direction
in
too.
the empty night. Yeah, you are a shining light. Yeah, you light
Kind of
up
like a
my
ballad
life.
start.
You've always been a thorn in the side, but to me, you're a shining light.
Wait, that is immediately catchy.
You arrive and the night is alive. Yeah, you are a shining light. Yeah, you light up my life. We made a connection, a full chemical reaction, but by divine intervention, yeah, you are a shining light. A constellation won't see over David City, an epiphany burns so pretty. Yeah, you are a shining light. You are a force, you are a constant source. Yeah, you.
Great melody in this. Love the backing vocals. Great vibe.
Yeah, you are a shining light. You are a force, you are a constant source. Yeah, you are a shining light. Incandescent in the darkest night. Yeah, you are a shining light. Yeah, you light up my life. We made a connection, a full chemical reaction, but by divine intervention, yeah, you are a shining light. A constellation won't see over David City, an epiphany burns so pretty. Yeah, you are a shining light. These are the days you often say. There's
oh.
nothing that we cannot do.
The dropout and the melodic shift.
Beneath the canopy of stars, I shed my love for you.
Got slightly darker.
Star in the firmament,
Yeah, the second chord.
you shine
Beautiful.
most bright. Seen you dressed in an electric veil, shrouded in celestial light. We made a connection,
Oh, that was awesome. I love that song. I think that was my favorite song of the three today. I think we just got better and better and better, which is so interesting because like my bias towards like electric guitar is it is so clear. I've constantly shown it over the course of my reactions on this channel. And the second song had more, again, of a premium on electric guitar than I was accustomed to with Eurythmics. But the thing is, the way that the song Shining Star is just so catchy melodically, vocally, and then you can still hear the guitar work in there. It's just sort of this like firm undercurrent that allows everything else on this track to shine. Like the backing vocals, like those kind of like more breathy, higher harmonies that we were hearing, kind of just allowed Annie's voice to be the main thing that draws your attention in. And also like great feel in the rhythm to this track. I feel like the drummer especially knew exactly what they're doing by picking moments where the sound overall kind of drops out, and then you pick your moments to kind of fill into the next section where you double up on the, I guess, the subdivisions of what you're playing rather than like changing any tempo, because seemingly the tempo is the same throughout this entire track. But if you were to ask a drummer, for example, they would probably say, well, in this section, the drummer played fewer notes, affording the vocals, affording the other instruments more space to work with between those rhythmic pillars. And then in later sections where things were getting more intense, then the drumming too would pick up, and then you'd have what feels to be a faster moving song, even though the tempo overall is the same. So to be honest, I feel like the shining elements in this track in particular were the vocals and the drums. And take it from somebody who knows very little about drums, I think they did an amazing job in this song. Yeah, I definitely think this last one was the best out of the three. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. It seems to be that Eurythmics have this extremely like kind of positive vibe. Even the song like we had When Tomorrow Comes, it's all about dependability, about weathering storms and being together through them. And if I can rely on you as a lover, as a friend, that's kind of the whole point of us having a relationship, is that we can be there for one another. And then the song Shining Light, it's like, no, you are a beacon of hope for me. I view you as somebody who radiates this positivity that magnetically pulls me towards them. I feel like all three of these songs in one way or the other talked about the connection we have to others. And, you know, that's one thing that I really appreciate about Annie Lennox, about Eurythmics, this kind of overwhelming positivity, these very human songs, you know, that kind of speak towards the love we have for each other, the need that we have for each other. But again, let me know what your thoughts are down below. And if you'd like to request any Eurythmics yourself, you can do so by hitting the first link in the description box below. That also is the best way to support my channel. But as always, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.